fact that it's not Ukraine. It has got no capacity, none whatsoever. It's a war that is being fought by the US against Russia through Ukraine and NATO. So far, under very difficult circumstances, because we are not led by decisive leadership, so far we are trying to do best with the current minister, who from time to time try to push and defend the sovereignty of South Africa, because that is very fundamental. If we let go with these benefits that we seek to achieve from AGOA, then we should know that our foreign policy positions are decided somewhere else, and therefore there is nothing sovereign about South Africa. We can just close shop and allow America to send the notes for us on what to say and not what to say. So our existence is to guard against that and put pressure and ensure that the sovereignty of South Africa, it is protected. The summit indeed is present different dynamics in the world, and we are happy and we're educating our people about these issues that are taking place. Especially one of the issues that we are interested in is doing away with the dollar as a middleman, and that discussion is very, very important, that we follow it up and support those initiatives, because why should we trade with someone else's currency when we have our own currencies? So the world will be sitting, trying to come up with alternatives in terms of the geopolitics, and South Africa is ready to receive the world and contribute positively towards changing the dynamics in the geopolitics.
Good. Let's come back here.
Thank you, JJ. Mr. Malema, my name is Zain Samar. I'm from New Zealand, Africa. Just a quick question, one question from me. You often speak very informedly and very emphatically about the ANC leadership, the lack of qualities of leadership, the factionalism within that party, etc. Obviously, given your own intimate and extensive relationship and participation in that party, I wanted to ask, and also given your intention to, when and should it happen with regards to the former president, that you will petition Cyril Ramaphosa for a potential pardon. All of this in an attempt to create stability. What I wanted to ask you, Mr. Malema, is given 2024 and the fact that this is the first time that there's a real possibility, if one believes all the analysts and everybody else, that the ANC will be pushed under 40%, which would obviously necessitate a different kind of government. Are you, given your intimate knowledge of the ANC, are you concerned that at any point the current crop of leadership is prepared to hand over that kind of power? Are you prepared? Are you concerned that, given your intimate knowledge of what happens in Zimbabwe and how Zanu Pf has, in your words, rigged elections, are there concerns on your part that these might be dynamics that we're going to have to contend with come 2024, given the kind of a national dynamic, given the kind of political situation as it is unfolding in the country today?
Well, we in the EFF are investing a lot of resources in the party agents. We need to train party agents, and that's why it's important for opposition parties to work together, so that we look after the votes of every opposition, because others may not have the capacity to be in all the voting stations. So instead of coming together now and work together towards defeating the ANC, you find a situation where people are fragmenting the opposition. So we should consolidate every little resource we have and then go and look after our votes and make sure that every vote that belongs to the opposition, it is protected. And EFF party agents must look after the DA votes if the DA does not have the party agents, so that we avoid a situation where the votes are stolen. Because I'm convinced in the previous elections, 2019, votes were stolen here in Gauteng. How do you win the elections with 50.1? What do you call that? And by the time they said the ANC won the elections, Paul Machatile had called us to Saxon Hotel, coming to negotiate a coalition, and said, guys, the results are in, we've lost. Are you prepared to come to party with us? And then we said, no, but what do you mean you have lost? The results are not out. He said, we've got party agents everywhere. We collect before even the IEC announces the official results. The ANC results are saying we've lost. As we're talking, he takes the phone call. They call him. He goes outside. And then he comes back. He says, no, we made it. Yeah, but yet he had conceded and he had called us to a meeting in Saxon Hotel. So they didn't win Gauteng. And you know what they did? If you remember, they sent soldiers into Alexander. And I said, we accept these results because I'm not going to put the lives of our people in danger for the sake of the votes. But equally, the EFF did not have a properly oiled machine. When you say these people have taken the votes, you ought to produce every receipt of every voting station. So now we are going to employ this guy who was in the IEC, Terry Zelane, to go and appoint EFF party agents and train them. And he must have the means with them in all the voting stations. And if it means we must pay money, we'll pay money for voting, for party agents. Because they don't play. So the only way to succeed is to defend the votes, and is defend them with evidence. Because you are not going to just start a war here and say people have stolen votes, and then when they say produce, you have nothing to produce. Do
you have confidence in the IEC, in simple terms?
We have no option, Shem.
Okay, so you're happy? All right, let's see who's next. Okay, let's go over there. Go ahead. Just I can't see any. Just introduce yourself.
Thank you.
I'll come to that.
Thank you, JJ.
Oh, I'll give you. Don't worry, you all talk. We still have an hour.
1980 taingo winner. Tichingo winner my elections also tata jaira kungo winner. Ndokukangana kuti tinokwanisa kurusa. Saka MDC 2008 ya takatadza kuwana majority kuti titonge asakaramba tirimo. Dr. Bamtasa ndandiri election agent ya president. My results are Buddha. Triple party headquarters. Bamtasa Wangari Secretary Railway Administration. Bamtasa Muripi yafona. Ndiri kwa Rusape. Komo gwenda kwa Rusape seka results achibuda kudai. Vanga aiwa zvako ezo mnanga gwande zvako enda kumusha. Office vanga wabisa zvinhu zvavo zvose. Watofunga kuti zani adini yaparara. Ndotsvaka ndiani vagochi vangari secretary for security. Ndokutsvaka vagochi vakati aiwa ndiri kubhindura. Ko iwe ndiwo security ka chef ndokwandiri. Wandakawana ari munzira ngasina mbokudza. Ndidelete Manyika komisa. Ndofonera ndikawana vamanyika vanga vari munzira vakadzoka pa headquarters. President ofona zvakamira sei? Ndo mamira zvakaita takatodini sekuti ndiri gweta ndaiziva kune clause yayo kuti you must have more than 50% plus 1. Ndikati imwe maita 43 uyaita 47 asi pakati penya hapana dini awina. Saka kunoitwa runoff. Skanza hudza mama ndobva ndaudza mama. Katenda sei manje mama ndikati hudzai baba ntaurira baba gadzirai politburo cabinet. Musarangarira zvimwe zvinhu gadzirai cabinet. Asi nangoda kuti muzive kuti 2008 ma results abuda Bamtasa vakatiza achisiya vamwe vava ndiyo